Welcome back to another episode of Tea After Midnight. Just a little series where we have some tea to keep it nice and classy, but I also tell you scary stories. So grab your favorite tea and settle in, and let me tell you another scary story, because of course, this is Tea After Midnight. This story comes from Riley. Over the course of a year ago, I started to hear and see things. I live in a small town in Wisconsin in an older house from the 1950s. There are 2 floors and a basement. I do live near the forest, but with neighbors down the road. I live with my 2 brothers, my parents, and my 2 dogs. Every experience I've had was when I was home alone, except my most recent paranormal experience. My first experience was beginning of November last year at 1 a.m. I was home alone since my brothers both work night shifts and my parents were away at a cabin. During this night, I was just playing video games and then went off to bed. My bedroom is upstairs, and my dogs sleep with me, and I keep the door cracked open so they can go in and out of my bedroom. I was just scrolling on my phone, and that's when I heard my stairs start to creak. I called out for my dogs, and that's when I realized both of my dogs were already in my room. I was definitely freaked out, but decided to go explore. I had goosebumps, but I didn't really believe in the paranormal during this time, so I kind of brushed it off. I went to go lock the back door and to make sure no one was in the house. I checked the basement, but no one was there. I checked all the rooms, but nobody. So I went back upstairs, and both dogs were still in my room. So I just decided to turn off all the lights, close my door, and lock it, then go to sleep. I woke up at 3 in the morning, this time to my door being wide open and both dogs whining, staring at the dark hallway. I decided to turn my nightstand light on. That's when I saw something in the hallway towards the stairs staring back at me. I didn't know what to do. I froze. The light from my bedroom made the shadow stand out in the corner. I was petrified. I could make out the hands, the height, and the legs. While I was staring at it, it turned, going down the stairs. I listened to every step it took going downstairs. That's when I heard what sounded like running and then a door slamming shut to my basement. I got up, grabbed my phone, called my mom, and hid in the closet with my dogs. I heard the stairs like someone was coming up. I was so scared. My dad was calling the cops, and my parents couldn't get to me because they were 5 hours away, and both of my brothers worked the same shift an hour away. I live just out of town, so you could hear the sirens. I heard the sirens coming closer and faster, but that's when I heard 3 doors throughout my house slamming repeatedly and knocking on my door. I was screaming while my dogs barked. The cops came in, busting through the door. They looked throughout the house and nobody was there, but I know what I saw, and this was not the end. Nights like these kept repeating, and it was only when I was home alone, so nobody believed me. Doors slamming, footsteps, doors becoming locked and unlocked, things being misplaced, waking up at odd times, and never getting enough sleep. My life changed dramatically. I don't know what this was or why it happened all of a sudden. All I know is that it won't leave me alone. Whenever I let my dogs out at night, I see shadows and I always hear things. 2 months ago was when everything changed. My parents were home this time. They heard it and they saw it. I just started this new job a town over, and I've been feeling like I'm being watched, and I keep seeing shadows in the corner of my eyes when nobody is there. After 2 weeks of working that job, I came home around 9. This is the earliest anything has ever happened. I go through the front door, which opens up to my living room with a door that overlooks the kitchen and the stairs. Upstairs, I saw a full-on person, a shadow, somebody walking down the stairs while I was hearing them. It was just my parents, me, and my 2 dogs. I asked my parents who was home as I didn't see my brother's cars. That's because they weren't home. They just thought it was a dog coming downstairs, but that's when I pointed out that both dogs were by their feet, laying down. I was putting my bag away, kicking off my shoes, about to sit down and tell them about my day, just trying to avoid the noise on the stairs. But that's when I looked up before I sat down and I saw a full figure. It was a full-on shadow, someone walking from the stairs into the kitchen and disappearing. Both of my parents saw it. They finally believed me, and from that night we decided never to speak about it. Except we kept seeing a lady dressed in a black dress and this man in an old tuxedo with a mustache. My parents keep waking up, and I keep waking up. My brothers have been telling stories about how they come home at 4 o'clock in the morning and how all the doors are closed, but they hear people walking, door slamming, and how the front door is always unlocked even though we have 4 bolts on that door and it's locked at every moment. Since then, we've had a local priest come and bless the place, but that didn't stop anything. It made it worse. I keep hearing a lot of things. 3 weeks ago, me and my mom were home, just us and our dogs. We heard my dog whining, so we went to look where she was. She was in the basement. Neither of my dogs go downstairs because they hate the basement. They always bark at it. They even growl at it. They will avoid it at all costs, so hearing her whine down there made me and my mom go look. That's when we saw it. A figure, tall and gray with glowing green eyes, a lanky body, and long, pointy, uneven fingers. Even the knees were messed up. It was terrifying. We picked Maya up and ran upstairs, shutting the basement door behind us. My mom grabbed her purse, I brought our phones, and I loaded up my other dog, and we left. My mom and dad both decided that it's best if we just left, so we did. I haven't been to the house since that night 3 weeks ago. I still feel followed. I still feel like something's behind me, watching me. My mom hates talking about it and refuses to. I think my parents are hiding something. I think they've known all along since we moved in 14 years ago. Riley, I am so glad that you guys are out of there now, but I definitely want to know more as to why you think your parents are hiding something and why all of a sudden it started to ramp up just recently. But this thing that you said is in the basement, a figure tall and gray with glowing green eyes, a lanky body, and long, pointy, uneven fingers with messed up knees. I don't know what that is, but I have chills just thinking about it and just thinking what it could look like. So if anybody has any idea what this could be, please let us know. But Riley, thank you so much for sending in your story. I hate that you went through this, but if you have any updates on anything, please send it my way. I'd love to hear an update on this and kind of what you guys have been going through as of now. But again, I'm so sorry you've been going through this, and I'm absolutely terrified of what is in that basement. But that does conclude this episode of Tea After Midnight. If you have any personal scary stories you want to share, I would love to read them. You can email me at the email on the screen or the email in the caption of this video. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you so, so much. I hope you have the best night, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.